Hello, and welcome to the TechHub.training Excel True Blue Investing Challenge solution. This video solution includes using XLOOKUP, max, and count functions, as well as inserting charts. With that, let's get started. First, I'll open up the data file. You can see here that we have the 5-year stock price data for 2013 to 2018. And the first step was to calculate the total dollar return and total percentage return for each individual stock. The way I did this was to open up a new sheet, and I used the unique function to gather each individual ticker that was unique. And you can see that formula here. Unique, reference the 5-year stock price data sheet, and then grab the entire range of the tickers, which comes from column G here. So that's to bring in the tickers, and then we need to bring in the starting prices and the ending prices to calculate this return. So first, I used XLOOKUP to find each ticker instance from the 5-year stock price data sheet in this column G, which is where the tickers are, and then to return the starting price for that ticker. And I use this 1 here at the end in the search mode to show that we're searching first to last. So this relies on the 5-year stock price data being sorted from oldest to newest. And so that when we search first to last, it brings back the starting price. For the ending price, we basically do the exact same thing. We use XLOOKUP to find the tickers from the 5-year stock price data sheet, and then return the closing price for each individual ticker. We use this -1 and then search mode to search from last to first. Basically the exact opposite of the starting price. And again, if our data is sorted from oldest to newest, this will return the closing price on the last day that ticker was in this data set. So that's the starting and ending prices. To calculate the return, we simply do the ending price minus the starting price. And this is the dollars per share return. And then to get the percentage return for each stock, we simply take that dollar return and divide it by the starting price. Step 2 was to use a formula to identify the stock with the highest percentage return. So even though I've already sorted this data here, we can write a formula that would have told us that NVIDIA was the stock with the highest return. And that formula is over here. We use a combination of XLOOKUP and max. So what this formula says is we want to look up the max value, which simply returns the highest value in a range. So we want to find the max value in this range, and then we're searching for that max value in the XLOOKUP function in this range. And then whenever the XLOOKUP finds that highest value in that range, we want to return the ticker from this range. So that's how we find the stock with the highest return. For step 3, we want to identify what percentage of stocks in this dataset outperformed the S&P 500's return. So I put the S&P 500's return right here, and then use this formula to find the number of stocks that exceeded that. So it's countifs this range if it's greater than the S&P 500 return. The syntax is a little weird that you have to put the greater than in quotes and include the and, but that's how it works. And then we count those values, so that would be the number of stocks that exceed the S&P 500's return, and then we divide it here by the total number, the count of the returns here. And that gives us 44.5%. Now for part 4, we need to create a histogram with the percentage return, with the title, labels, and we want to show where the S&P 500 return is on that distribution. So first I'll select all of this data, do insert, and then come over here in charts and click histogram. I don't love that it's here at the bottom of the data, but we'll work with what we have. So first I'm going to change the data that we have selected. I don't need all of this, I just need the return percentage. So I'll remove start and return and press OK. And now we have this chart here. I want to change these to a blue color. And now come to the chart elements, go to the axes, press more axis option. In the hints, I said that I would use a larger number of bins to show this, and so you can change that here in axis options. Currently there's only 32 bins, which doesn't look bad, but it's hard to see NVIDIA clear over here, and so increasing the number of bins just splits up the data in smaller pieces. So if we use 200 bins, for example, each of the bars gets smaller, but it's, I think, a better way to visualize this data. We can make the chart bigger to make it a little easier, but now we see just how many stocks there are with different returns, and we can clearly see NVIDIA way over here. These labels down here aren't very pretty, but it's what we have to work with. We can add axis titles here. Change this one to number of stocks. And then change this one to percentage return. And we can change this chart title to percentage return history. Something like that. Now the only thing left is to show where the S&P 500 return is on here. And again, it's kind of hard with these labels, but from the Python version of this challenge, I know that it's this data bar, and we'll change this to a bright orange color. It stands out pretty well. And so now we can clearly see that where the S&P 500 return is, and how many stocks are on the left are doing worse than the S&P 500, and how many stocks are doing better, and really just how much of an outlier NVIDIA is, and whichever company this is, let's find out. Looks like Netflix. Anyway, that's this challenge solution. Thank you so much for participating, and come back to TechHub.training. Thank you.